Before I begin, I would like to ask everyone in this room to think of the first thing that comes to mind when you think of darkness. Now, there might be quite a few different thoughts that come up. Some might be evil, scary, and mysterious. Others might follow the lines of sad, lonely, or even depressing. But what if I told you that it doesn't have to be that way? What if I told you that darkness might actually be good? What if I told you that darkness could even be magical? Children are especially afraid of the dark. And perhaps this is something we carry with us into adulthood. The dark is always with you, whether it be as the dark shadow that follows you everywhere you go, or the feelings of despair as you go through one of life's tough times. In this extract from a wonderfully illustrated children's book by Lemony Snicket, we are reminded of the reasons to not fear the dark. You might be afraid of the dark, but the dark is not afraid of you. That's why the dark is always close by. The dark peeks around the corner and waits behind the door. And you can see the dark up in the sky almost every night, gazing down at you as you gaze up at the stars. Without a creaky roof, the rain would fall on your bed. And without a smooth, cold window, you could never see outside. And without a set of stairs, you could never go into the basement where the dark spent its time. Without a closet, you would have nowhere to put your shoes. And without a shower curtain, you would splash water all over your bathroom. And without the dark, everything would be light. And you would never know if you needed a light bulb. You see, darkness is not the thing that is actually feared. It's the things you imagine to be in the darkness that is feared. And usually, the things you imagine to be in the darkness reflect your deep inner fears. By running away from them, you are only succumbing to them. The darkness can be a refuge, a place to be yourself without the light of the world shining on you, a peaceful void where everything and nothing exists at the same time. In this extract from a monologue written by an American teenager, the character embraces the dark, enjoying the comfort it provides. I wish I was scared of the dark. I mean, most people are. But I always find comfort in sitting in it. Get home, shower, lay in bed. Don't turn the lights on. Sit in the dark and listen to music. A vampire, that's what my mom calls me. It's not that I don't like the light. You just think differently in the dark. You find comfort in it, like a big black blanket wrapped around you. Your mind travels to so many places, and everything is fine. As you move through the tough changes of life, a thick blanket of darkness overcomes the light. It will seem suffocating. It will seem to have no escape. But why escape? In the end, it is still a thick blanket that provides comfort and warmth to those who possess it. Face the darkness to realize it is but a peaceful acceptance, a welcoming friend. We Grow Accustomed to the Dark by Emily Dickinson. We grow accustomed to the dark when light is put away, as when the neighbor holds the lamp to witness her goodbye, a momentary, uncertain step for newness of the night. Then, set our vision to the dark and meet the road erect. And so of larger darknesses, the evenings of the brain, when not a moon discloses sign or a star come out within. The bravest grope alike and sometimes hit a tree directly in the forehead. But as they learn to see, either the darkness alters or something in the sight adjusts itself to midnight, and life steps almost straight. What Dickinson is saying here is, just as people's eyes adjust to their new surroundings when a light is turned off, people themselves will learn to find their way through, metaphorically, dark times. Whew. You see, darkness is like a blank canvas, and it's you who decides what you fill it up with. So, I reiterate, darkness should not be feared. This poem by Carol Ann Duffy paints a picture of a night sky that is not to be feared. If you think of the dark as a black park and the moon as a bounced ball, then there's nothing to be frightened of at all. Oh, except for aliens. Thank you. Okay, so her approach is that darkness can also be positive, whereas mine is that darkness should be thought of as positive. Because what she's trying to say, according to my understanding, is that darkness can also be positive in itself as a whole. My approach to it is how people think of it. So, for example, if someone is thinking of darkness in a negative way, my approach is to help them consider thinking about it in a different way. If you asked me this 2 years ago, I would have said the one, The Extract. But currently, I would say the one by Emily Dickinson, because I think I just grew up, and I can see that people face dark times in life, and I feel like this piece is really reassuring and comforting.
Your entire recital, or the Emily Dickinson?
The Emily Dickinson piece. Lots of digging, lots of research. So I was struggling a lot, but I did have a sister who was terrified of the dark. So I took some help from her. I asked her questions like, why are you scared of the dark? What really makes you fear the dark, right? And using those as like an outline, I Googled, Googled.
Yes.
I think it's just the building up, because the introduction, the way I wrote it, starting at the bottom just felt right.
Yes.